Hey everyone, I'm Ellen here at etrailer.com. Today we're taking a look at the SumoSprings Solo Custom Helper Springs. These are going to be for the front axle of the 1997 through 2006 Jeep TJ Wrangler. So this is going to help to support the front end of your Jeep and help you get a better ride out of it. A lot of times whenever you have a heavier load on the front end of your Jeep, maybe if you have a winch loaded up there, a little extra weight on the front end, it can cause some issues. So we're going to be able to support that. It's going to replace your existing jounce bumper. So for the install process, you might have to remove the drag link arm, the coil, and the sway bar to get at that old jounce bumper. Pull that out of place, twist this new guy in there, and then replace all your parts. So it's definitely something that you can do at home if you have some mechanical knowledge to get that done. It's pretty much just a matter of taking things apart and then popping this new guy back in. But there's no cutting or drilling required with these. Once they're in there, you don't really have to worry about any kind of maintenance. They're just going to be there to do their job. The nice thing about these is that they have a progressive load control. So basically, as these compress, they get denser and they give you more support. So with lighter loads, they just compress easily and they're fairly soft and they give you that less bumpy ride. As the load gets heavier on them, they are going to compress by as much as 80% for support. They also work independently of each other, so you don't have to worry about any kind of off-centered loads. It's also going to reduce any kind of body roll whenever you're going around a sharp corner. It's made of a microcellular urethane, which has a good life as far as being able to resist any kind of oils, road salts, and UV rays, so it should last for a long time. Again, no maintenance required with these, no air lines to run into these that you have to then maintain, so pretty easy to maintain once they're in place. They do have a temperature range from negative 25 degrees Fahrenheit up to 200 degrees Fahrenheit, so even if you're in the colder states or out to the desert, you should be fine as far as use with these. They don't really expand out side to side too much, so there's very minimal lateral expansion. As they compress, they stay pretty tight to this profile, so you don't have to worry about any kind of damage from contact with your wheel or any other suspension components. So shouldn't have any issues being in tight spaces. And again, no maintenance required, no drilling required. We do get 2 of our springs here. The weight capacity for each of these at 50% compression is going to be 1,400 pounds or 1,400 pounds. Now, the important thing to keep with that number is that, and that's for both of the springs at once. I think I said individually, but that's for both of the springs. But that 1,400 pounds is not going to mean that you can have that much additional weight in your Jeep. That's just there to support that much weight. So you're not going to have any more of a payload from your Jeep. You never want to exceed your manufacturer's recommended weight ratings. It's just there to give you that extra support so that your ride is better, helps your other suspension components work correctly. Another thing to note with these is that if you have a aftermarket coil, these really are not designed to work with that. They're meant to work with your factory coil. So if you do have a modified coil on your Jeep, you might need to get a different set to work with your setup. It does come with a 2-year limited warranty, and these are made in the USA. That's going to do it for our look at the SumoSprings Solo Custom Helper Springs for the Jeep TJ.